Hello everyone, welcome to your Java teacher. In the previous video we saw how to take different type of inputs from user and assign those to the variables as values, and also we saw addition of two numbers and we understood like what are the different operators, and we added two numbers and we saw the result in console. Now in this video I want to discuss a class that is called as string. And basically we can understand like string is a sequence of character, but in Java string is an object that represent a sequence of character, and it is coming from the package java.lang.string. So basically previously we saw like if we have to read the integer kind of values like number 1 2 3, or if we have to read the characters, for each of them we have different data types like int, char, like that. Now let's say we have a name Pankaj, or let's say we have any word or any particular sentence. So to store those kind of value, any character sequence, we have to use the string. And string is a class. String is not a data type here, but that is the feature in Java. String class we can use as a data type also. And let's see how we can create string variables, or we can say like string objects. There are different ways, and we have to understand there is a particular feature of string, that is string is immutable in Java. That also we will understand how strings are immutable. So let's get started. Now the very first step I want to take here is I want to assign a variable and will provide a value to that. So I am going to create a variable, let's say string, and the value is Pankaj, or let's say your Java teacher. Now if we do a print of this particular name, we will see in our console this value, your Java teacher. So basically here we are creating and assigning string variable. Now for more understanding I will provide a comment here, that is string is a class can be used as data type to store character sequence. I hope now it will be more meaningful for everyone. So here in the console we can see like with our system.out.println statement, we are printing our name and it is providing this complete sentence, we can say your Java teacher. Now for numbers we have int, for single character we have char, and same way we have this particular string class to read or store these kind of sentences, words in Java. Now this is the one way, this is the first way to create string object. Literal way, we are saying literal way. Now there is one more way to create a string object, that is by using the keyword. Second way, new keyword. Here if you observe, we directly provided the value which we want to store in name variable. This is the feature Java providing with strings, that string can be used as a data type. If you remember, when we were creating integer or character type variables, how we were doing, we were just providing char, or let's say ch is the variable name, and we were just providing the value to that. This is how we were creating. But again, if you remember, as we said, string is a class here, and for class, to create an object we have to use the new keyword. So that is the second way. So that's why with string we get two different ways of creating a variable and assigning the value. So let's say here again we can create string address. We can create with new keyword, new, and we have to call the string constructor, and inside that we can provide our argument, that is the Rajasthan we have to give here. Let's say address is, we are taking address as Rajasthan, so that we have to provide. Now here this is the way with new keyword. You can observe we are calling the string constructor with new keyword, and this will allocate our memory in the memory address, and it will store this Rajasthan as a value. Now if we print instead of, okay, let's print both altogether. If we print address also, we will be able to observe both the things in our console. Let's wait and see the result in console. Now here you can observe in console, our first println statement is providing the name, that is your Java teacher, and in the second we have printed the address variable, address object of string we can say, so that is printing Rajasthan. Now what are the differences? What are the differences between these two ways? Now we have to understand why we are saying string is immutable. First I will explain what is immutability, then I will explain why string is immutable. So immutability is something like we can say as kind of a constant, once created cannot be changed. Let's understand this way. Let's say we are having a memory area, heap memory area, that is used by Java programming, JVM, to create the variables and store their values. To store the objects, heap memory is used. So let's say we created an object, or let's say we created this variable string name inside our heap memory. So a memory address will be allocated to this particular string your Java teacher. Now let's say again I create a forget about these statements for now. Forget about these statements. I am just commenting out. Focus on this first way. If I create a second variable here, string name 2, name 1 and name 2. And I am trying to assign the same value. I am assigning the same value here. Now what everyone will think is, inside the heap memory, when we created the first name 1 object, or we can say a variable name 1, that is storing your Java teacher string, created an address and stored this particular value in the heap memory. Now when we create another variable storing the same value, your Java teacher, it will create another object in the memory and it will provide a particular address to this name 2. Everyone will think like that until unless they are not aware of immutability feature of string. But as strings are immutable, that means once this value is stored in Java, this cannot be changed. That is the one feature. And if without new keyword, if we are providing the same value to any other variable, that variable will also point to the same memory address. Now within the comment I will write here both name 1 and name2 point to same memory address. It is why a string is immutable. Now here, if I create any number of name variable, let's say name3, with the same value your Java teacher. Now name3 also will point to the same memory address. Name3 will also point to the same memory address here. Now to create a separate object, let's say I don't want to point all them to a same memory address. I want them to point to separate memory address. So in that case, what I have to do is I have to use this new keyword. In this case, new keyword will help. So what I will write, string, let's say name4 is the one I want to create a new object. So I have to use new keyword here, string, and then inside string I have to provide your Java teacher. Now I will write in comment, name4 will create a new object and point to different location this comment is helpful. Now there is one more case we have to understand. Let's say here in name1 I want to update the value. Let's say I want to provide some different value to name1. I want Pankaj inside this name1. So in this case, what will happen? A new object of string type will be created in the memory and the Pankaj value will be stored there. Normally what everyone will think is that in the memory we are having name1 variable which is storing your Java teacher as a value, and when we update this name1 variable with any other particular string, this your Java teacher will be replaced and onto the same address this will be replaced and Pankaj will be stored. This is what everyone will think, but this is not the right case. What will happen is this will remain as it is because there may be other variables which are pointing to this particular address or this value your Java teacher, like we have name2, name3 which are pointing to your Java teacher. So that's why we are saying like strings are immutable. So here when we update the value of name1, this Pankaj value will be created on some different memory location and will be, so only thing what will happen with name1 is the memory reference which it was pointing earlier, like it was pointing to your Java teacher in the heap memory, now it is pointing to Pankaj in the heap memory. So basically I will say a new object will be created and reference will be provided. Now this is all about the immutability of string class in Java. There are, as a string is a class, it can provide several methods to operate over string variables. Like we had earlier time, we had integer, character, those were the inbuilt data types. They were not having any kind of methods, supporting methods, but string is a class, and in string we have a lot of supporting methods which can really helpful for any developer. They can simple a lot of work. So I am just give a sample example here for one method. Let's take this name1 as a variable. We just want to know the length of this value, your Java teacher. So here I can print name1 dot length. So we have a method called name1. Now what this length method will do, it will count the number of characters, and space is also considered as a character, so it will count all the characters and spaces and it will provide that as a length. So here we can count and check whether our method will provide correct value or not. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now we can run this and check. To provide length of string. See, what we counted was 17 and we are getting 17 only. So that is one method. Same way there are a number of methods. If you want to know at what index, let's say index means at 0th position. 0th position we are having y character. So at 0th position which character is available, that is also can be done. Let's say we want to remove the spaces. Let's say we want to separate out these particular words, your Java teacher, separately into different variables or into a list. So those kind of operations can be done with the string methods that we are going to see in the next video. That's it for today. Thanks for watching the video. Do like and subscribe, your Java teacher.